Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that the live stream will start very soon. So please stay tuned. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to what is another video. Classic Watch 2024. We're going to start what I'm going to try and do now over the next couple of months before the Classic Trials is to really get videos made of every horse that I'm keeping an eye on at the moment. We only did a video yesterday, but we've got a few horses to get through. And I'm going to try and get through them, not as quickly as possible, probably as and when the time is convenient for me to record them, really. I'm going to try and get a few of them out there, especially the Godolphin ones, because there's always a chance they might turn up at Maidan. So this one here is hopefully classicwatch24.great/site.net will be the website where some of these horses will appear, if they're good enough. This one here is interesting, I think. It's a line, pedigree I've always liked. And I followed the pedigree before, actually. I followed a full sister to this. I identified in 2019, May of 2019, called Nonchalance, that was trained by John Gosden. That only ran 4 times. It won once. It ran at Royal Ascot and then never ran again. So it's hard to really dismiss the horse as a failure. This horse here, I don't think it's done anything wrong so far. Dance Sequence, trained by Charlie Appleby, sired by Dubawi, out of a dam called Tearless. We'll see that it's got a lot to find on the figures. We looked at the fillies yesterday, we were 111. So this one has only run to 100. It's unbeaten in 2 starts. It's won a Group 3 at Newmarket. Both its starts have been at Newmarket. It's won the Oh So Sharp Stakes, the Group 3, in the middle of October. And I think it could be worth having a look and see what it does regarding the trials and any possible improvement the horse could have. One thing I will say about the horse, even though the soft is there, I think this pedigree is soft ground pedigree. I've always thought it. But these days, a lot of the stallions tend to not really. The dam side though is soft ground, and it was soft when this horse won at Newmarket in October, which to be honest, I fancied it that day. Right, Dance Sequence. We'll see there. It's family 9F. With chance no end on this line. Line 9F, one of the better lines there is. You'll see there. What we're going to do, we're going to take a look at a few horses that it's related to, and we're going to take a look at the first 5 dams as we normally do. That'll take us back to the early 70s. The first 2 dams we can take a look at on the Racing Post because I'm willing to trust what it's telling me. Tearless is the dam. She's now 13 years old, side by Street Cry. You'll see there that she was very likely raced herself, winning 3 of her 4 starts, including on her last start, she won the 2014 Fleur de Lis Filly Stakes, a listed race, and that was her last start, unfortunately. So it would have been hard to say whether she would have improved her pattern race form more than that. So it's fairly safe to say she didn't like losing, winning 75% of her races. She is related to a couple of others that I've not chanced. The horses have to fit the profile for me. And if they don't fit the profile, it's very rarely I'll even glance at the pedigree. There is a couple that I found that I've had a little go. Dance Sequence. Oh, it's her. Of course it is. Romantic Song is one. That has ran 11 times and finished in the first 3 in 8 of them. £42,000. You see there, she sort of flattened out. She was a German listed winner. Trained by Henry Alex Pantal after Charlie Appleby. You'll see that that's by Shamadal and out of Tearless. That was rated about 106. Not much improvement at all on this one, really. So it's very tricky to say. This one will definitely have to improve, I think. There's another one that I chose not to take a look at. It was rated even lower. New Comedy. That had won 2 out of 12, but was a gelding. You see, 105 and Dance Sequence already at 100. It's going to have to improve by a lot more than that to get involved, I think. The second dam was top class, Playful Act. I remember her very well going round by Sadler's Wells, winner of 4 of her 8 races. Again, though, her best form was at 2. She won the Fillies Mile of 2004. She also won the Group 2 May Hill Stakes as well at Doncaster. 2005, she won the Lancashire Oaks, so she missed all the Guineas. And then she finished second behind Shawanda in the 2005 Irish Oaks. And then 10th in the Yorkshire Oaks and 8th behind Kinnaird in the Opera, a race I do remember that. Yeah. As the day Hurricane Run won the Arc, beat Motivator. And this is a horse I think it's interesting. You see there, though, that 113 as a 2-year-old, it never reached that level again. So people do need to be careful with some of these horses. Playful Act, though, has bred some very good horses, though, related to out of her. Giant's Play is one. Giant's Play was a similar level to the horse we've just looked at, really. 9 of 13 starts in the first 3, winning $260,000, give or take a few pence. She won the River Eden Stakes, a listed race, at 3. And then she went into America. She won the New York Stakes at Grade 2 level at 4 as well. Has been placed in 2 more American pattern races. And she's the dam of Ispolini. Ispolini's a good stayer, it was. Ispolini won 7 of his 14 starts, nearly £600,000, 558,000 nearer, really. Ispolini thrived in Maidan, really, towards the end of his career. He won the Group 3 Classic Trial at 3. And then at 4, he won the Nadal Sheba Group 3, second in the Dubai Gold Cup in Group 2 level. And he also won the German St. Leger double Group 3 winner. But his ratings of 117 would be the sort of racing post rating we'd be looking for this horse to give it a chance. If that makes any sense. And Jazz is another dam out of Playful Acts. They're all similar level, you'll see. Look, four wins out of 12 starts. In the first 3, 7 out of 12. Just shy of $200,000, sired by Street Cry. Again, out of Playful Act. You'll see there that, and this is another one that went to America in the end to win her black type races, where she won the Orchid Stakes, a Group 3 level, age 5, and was placed in the Group 2 Sheepshed Bay Stakes at Belmont at 4. Another black type producer, a very good, very solid horse. And Dubai Future, my old mate Dubai Future, owes me absolutely nothing over the years, and Jazz is the dam of Dubai Future, still going round to this day. Dubai Future, just over £1.15 million earned. Globetrotting superstar, really, in his later careers. Even at the age of 7, he is finishing second in Group 2 and Group 3 races in Saudi Arabia and the UAE. At 6, he won 2 listed races, the Racing Club Classic and the Wolferton at Royal Ascot. He also was second in the York Stakes, Group 2 and Group 3. At 5, he won the Maidan Cup listed race, Group 2 placed there as well. And at 4, he was second in the Group 3 Nadal Sheba Trophy. A solid horse, really, between anything up to 10 furlongs and 2 miles and more. Absolutely solid as a rock. This horse has been, over the years, been an absolute pleasure to watch him go round. Other ones we've got to look at, really, we're on to the third dam now. We're going to take a look at the third dam, is the legendary producer, Magnificent Style. She herself was top class on the track. She raced 11 times, being in the first 3, 7 of them winning twice. $73,000. She actually won the Musidora Stakes of 1996 Oaks Trial and was third in the Pretty Polly in the same year. Multiple black type producer. We're going to get into the real nitty gritty now. This is one of the first dam lines I actually used to follow in racing. Magnificent Style horses. They're absolutely top class on soft ground. They were that back in the day. Echoes and Eternity is one. It was quite good. Winner of 4 of her 11 starts, placed once more. winning $239,000. She won the Sun Chariot, which was a Group 2 race when she won it back in 2003. And she also won the John Muscafillis Stakes at Yarmouth, a listed race. And at 4, she won another Group 2, where she won the Park Hill Stakes. Very good dam. Echoes in Eternity. You'll see that Magnificent Style is the dam of her. And she herself is the dam of Whispering Gallery. Whispering Gallery, I always remember this one as well, had a very good strike rate. 9 out of 16 starts it won. Placed another 2 starts. $460,000 at 4 again. These horses improve with age, you know. So even if a dance sequence was to fall short, you know, I wouldn't be ruling it out of a 4-year, 5, 6-year-old campaign. You see there that Whispering Gallery won the August Stakes at 4, second in the Group 3 Cumberland Stakes, and the listed Fred Archer, the Cumberland Lodge Stakes, sorry. And at 5, it won a Group 3. It won the DRC Gold Cup. I think Dubai Future has run well in that race as well. By Daylami, and out of Echoes in Eternity. Very good horse. Nathaniel. It hurts me to say this, but this is probably the best of the Magnificent Style progeny. It was through Percussionist that I started following them. Nathaniel might be named after a rotten human being, but as a horse, he was only out of the first 3 once in 11 starts. And had $1.5 million, give or take a few pound. He won some great races. He won the King George at 3. He also won the Eclipse at 2 as well. Dual Group 1 winner at 4, sorry. And he was also placed in the King George the year after he won it. Placed in the Irish Champion Stakes and the UK Champion Stakes, as well as the Chester Vase. He also won the King Edward VII Stakes at Royal Ascot, a Group 2 race in 2011. He's a fair stallion. He really is a good stallion. You'll see there that all of his crops mostly, apart from the 16-17 where he only foaled a couple on overseas time, most of his crops have contained graded winners. His first crop, 20 graded winners. Races were won by 5 horses. But overall, his record is good. He's signed 34 individual stakes winners and 20 graded winners. Went for 76 stakes winners and 50 graded winners. The champion sire in France in 2017 and 2018, mainly through to the exploits of Enable, who won the Arc twice in that period. There's other horses as well. Very good horse, very good sire, it's fair to say. What's interesting is that 34 have won 76 races. So they are multiple stakes winners, some of these. You know, they don't just win once. You know, very good horses by age. Colts and fillies. 35 graded stakes winning fillies, 15 by the Colts. And the distances really are looking at anything up to 1.5 miles, where 17 of the graded stakes winners have come. No graded stakes winners at 2. So this is a good stallion for people that are looking for classics, I think, and improving stock. You'll see there that Great Britain and France have had the most of his runs, Ireland. You'll see there that the one horse in Canada seems to have done quite well. Very good stallion, Nathaniel. Another horse which was decent is Great Heavens. Great Heavens was a very good horse on soft ground, winning 4 of 7 starts. I remember she won at Haydock once and the ground was absolutely desperate and she nearly lapped them. They had been in the Group 2 Lancashire Oaks of 2012. She was also a classic winner that year. She won the Irish Oaks at the Curragh, and she also won the listed Ballymacole Stud Stakes at Newbury. I actually tried to follow one of her progeny. It won when I identified it at Group 3 level and never won again, which was disappointing for me. Thunder Drum. I identified it that day when it won the 2021 Prix de Royaumont at 3. And knowing what I thinking what I thought I knew about the pedigree, I thought there was plenty more to come. And there just unfortunately wasn't. But I think it's a filly. Yeah, she did win twice out of 12 starts and was placed in 6 of her 12 starts and was a Group 3 winner at 3. Just not when I managed to follow her. My old mate Percussionist, what a horse. Game as anything, hurdler and chaser and flat horse. He was actually winner of the Group 3 Lingfield Derby trial in 2004. He won the Yorkshire Cup a few years after that when trained by Howard Johnson. Again, in soft ground, he absolutely sluiced up. I remember it well. And he's also a Grade 1 hurdle winner, which, to be honest, I never knew that. The American Grand National hurdle winner. I don't know whether that must have been when Howard Johnson had him. I missed that one. He's also second in the listed Doonside Cup and the Yorkshire Cup again. Fourth in the Derby of 2004 and third in the Prix-Chaudenay. Very good horse he was for connections over jumps, on the flat and over fences. Another horse I mentioned is Super Sunday. Distinctive look is the dam of Super Sunday. Not very good on the track herself, but magnificent style is the second dam of top-class national hunt horse Super Sunday. You'll see there, won plenty of races at 8 and 9. The Irish Champion Hurdle, the Punchestown Champion Hurdle, and the Aintree Hurdle. It's also a bumper winner at 4, at 4. Coral Cup winner at 3 at the Cheltenham Festival as well. Very well bred horse, but there's also one called Night and Day, which is going around this year. I've actually identified that one over jumps, and that one is really on the way out. It was well beaten in a Mare's Beginner's Chase last week, and it was flat to deceive in pattern race hurdles last year as well. On to the fourth dam now. We're going to take a look at Mia Carina. Mia Carina was foaled in 1983, sired by Silver Hawk, by Ice Capade, sorry. She won one of her 3 starts, no great shakes on the track. But like you say there, she's a dam of a stallion I did find. I didn't know this stallion existed until today. Called Siberian Summer. Winner of the Group 1 Charles H. Stroop Stakes in America at 4. And at 3, second in the Bay Meadows Derby and the Volante Handicap. Sired by Siberian Express, winner of 6 of his 32 starts in the first 2. In 14 of 32 starts, and he won over $500,000. Bred by Juddmonte. Mia Carina, you'll see, is the dam of that. And the fifth dam, last of all, we're going to take a look at is Basin. Foaled in 1972. Basin raced 5 times and was unplaced in all of her races, unfortunately, before dying in 1998. And then we're back to the old favourites that we've covered before, Escutcheon, Bortal, a lot of horses that we've followed on this line. But there is others that we're going to take a look at now that are quite closely related before we get as far back as that. We've got Trusted Partner. Trusted Partner is very interesting on this line. I've been following, that was another one that I've been following for a few years, pedigree line. Trusted Partner, well, it used to be Polished Gem. Polished Gem was the dam I used to follow, but Trusted Partner, when I started looking at horses properly, Trusted Partner, the dam of Polished Gem, was a classic winner herself. She won 3 of her 8 starts and just over $200,000. She won the Group 3 Park Stakes at 2. And there she won the Irish 1,000 Guineas of 1988, the champion 3-year-old filly in Ireland. You see there that they've got Talking Picture, I think, is the next dam. And they've got Basin, who is the 5th dam. And Delta, the 6th dam. Bortal, the 7th dam. We've got Bortal is the 4th dam of Trusted Partner as well. And Trusted Partner has bred some top class horses that we'll take a look at in a minute. Sleepy Time is another one. So there's Delta on this one, and Bortai the 5th dam, Delta the 4th dam. Another classic winner, Sleepy Time, won 2 of her 6 starts, placed in another 2, and she is the winner of the 1997 UK 1,000 Guineas, 3rd in the Fillies Mile, which was a race the 2nd dam won, Playful Act. So it's an interesting horse, I think, Sleepy Time. They're very closely related to this line. But Trusted Partner, through the dam, a Polished Gem, really she went to town. Kyprios, still going round to this day, trusted partner, the second dam of that. These winners, these have just been identified by me, all these horses. So you can see why I'm willing to chance down the sequence. I've got these many in the bank. Kyprios won 8 out of 12 starts in the first 2 in 10 of 12. Still going round at 4, 4 and 5. Winner of the Royal Ascot Gold Cup at 4. The Goodwood Gold Cup, the Irish St Leger Classic, the Prix de Cadran. Also won the Group 3 Lev Moss and the Vintage Crop. And this year at 5, only placed in 2 Group 1s. A Group 1 and a Group 2. To me, he don't look the same horse this year, the lad. He looks a few pounds shy. He had a well-documented setback at the start of this year. I'm not sure he's the same horse after that as he was at 4, where he was unbeatable, really. It's fair to say. Filly, Search for a Song. Absolutely world-class filly again. Her dual Irish St Leger winner. She won the Irish St Leger at 3. She won the listed Galtra Stakes at York, and another good performance that was. I remember these races like the back of my hand, luckily, at the minute. I was following her very closely, and at 4, she was my Arc hope at 4. I was hoping she'd win the Arc at 4. But they tried her over a mile and a half, and she just got quite well beaten. But she went back after that and won another Irish St Leger. She was second in the Long Distance Cup at 4 as well, and at 5, she had in another Group 3 as well in the Loughborough Stakes, and at 6, she was placed in another 2 more St Legers. I mean, her progeny are going to be followed, hopefully, if I'm still on this planet. When she's breeding, then, well, what can I say? We'll be looking forward to them. Trusted partner, there's so many others I could have shown you on this line as well. I've only stuck to really the 3 good ones. Free Eagle, there's another one. Free Eagle was never out the first 3 in any of his 6 starts. A very underestimated horse at the time. By myself included, because I will admit I didn't really follow this one at the time when it was racing. Winner of just £592,000. Free Eagle was, to me, always a frustrating horse. Second in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf Trial. At 3, he won the Group 3 Enterprise Stakes and was third in the Champion Stakes. At 4, though, he won the Prince of Wales Stakes, got his Group 1 victory and was third in the Irish Champion Stakes. For some reason, totally remiss of me, I've not opened up his stallion record, which is not going to do, is it? So we're going to have to go and look at that now. Where would he be standing in Ireland, hopefully? That stud, I'm not really sure that he's lived up to expectations, if I'm honest. My expectations were quite high. I can't speak for anybody else. This is where we struggle, you see, when oh, there he is. Fantastic. So his stud record for Free Eagle, I think it's going to prove to be quite disappointing. Unfortunately. There we have it, you see. So plenty of horses, only side 1 graded stakes winner. Only 1 graded stakes winner. And that was in, where was that? It was at 3. Oh, it was in that trial, I remember it. The horse has since been sold and renamed and gone to Hong Kong. That's the one, Justifier. Yeah, it's now called Beauty Smile in Hong Kong. That was one of his pattern races, and the only Group 3 winner he's had is Dancing King, who won the Group 3 March Stakes. I remember that one. Given up on him long before then. But you'll see he's had a Khalifa Sat was second in the Derby. That could have been a breakthrough for him. But to me, just not had the dams. He's a sort of stallion, I think, that if someone got behind him and sent him some proper dams, I think he'd do all right. But you'll see there that it's been very disappointing, really. Siren crops as well, and they're just not. Maybe he'll become a jump stallion, who knows? But to me, he's just been very disappointing for the pedigree he's got. Very disappointing. Stallion. And then if we take a look at 9F, you see, it's an interesting line, because if we go back to Escutcheon, there's so many more could have included, like Upper Payne. There's a few colts that I'd have checked out as well, that raced around them times that didn't win classics, but they're included on here for a reason. And then we're down to Bortai, 1942. There's a colt there, you see, Big Spruce. Could have won all sorts of races that just weren't classics. And then you're down to Trusted Partner, Sleepy Time. We've got our own little session there. St. Reeves is an interesting horse. St. Reeves, the New Zealand Derby winner of 2002. I wasn't following New Zealand racing in them days. You'll see there that Bortai is the fourth dam of that. Yeah, it's quite closely related to Trusted Partner and all those that were going round at that time. Very good horse. Retired to Stony Bridge, New Zealand in 2006. And don't know how he got on because I wasn't following New Zealand racing in them days. He was another good horse. But there's others you see around that could have dropped down to LeVay, who was out of Delta, and that would have given us another 3 classic winners that we could have looked at. Shuvie as well. They named a race after her in America. Strategic Choice. I remember that one. I think that was Aidan O'Brien. I trained that one. It's a pedigree, really, that it could have even gone up further before we got to, if we'd gone from a Escutcheon, we would have had Epipani, Mars Shield, Creme Fraiche, Lucano. I've tried to limit it, keep this video as short as I can. But it's difficult because this horse is a very well-bred horse. Dance Sequence. Before I need to wrap this video up now, I think we've been banging on a while. What I will do is we'll take a look at the horse win, the Oh So Sharp Stakes at Newmarket, and then we'll call it a day, I think.
Different conditions.
Let's join Simon.
7 furlongs of the Rowley Mile, Group 3. This Oh So Sharp Stakes. And they're off. Well, it's a little of a ragged start. Looked like Bellacci might have forced the stalls open, but not to any great advantage. Star Music away well from Gushing Gold and Cersei. Then Dance Sequence in the all-blue jacket, Bellacci. The favourite Skeleton in the pink cap is second last. Chic Columbine is just the back marker as they race through the first quarter mile. Star Music from in second place, maybe Skeleton on the near side of Cersei. And a stumble from Bellacci there. Pretty good sit by Ollie Stammers as they race on to the halfway stage. Quite an eventful race for Bellacci, and it's Star Music, a half length to Skellet, then Gushing Gold in the noseband, Cersei, Bellacci, then Dance Sequence locked away towards the far side and Chic Columbine, and now they're racing on towards the final 2.5 furlongs, just passing the 3 in fact, and it's Star Music by a half length to Skellet, these two battling on together, followed by Gushing Gold, behind these Cersei, then Chic Columbine now unleashing a run on the outside. Dance Sequence is being pushed along, but now making ground as they run down into the dip. Still Star Music from Skellet. They're 1 and 2. Dance Sequence is on their case in third and finishing off well as they race towards the final furlong. Star Music headed by Skellet, but Dance Sequence surely has them covered down the near side, getting there with every stride. Skellet is digging in though. Skellet and Dance Sequence near side of Skellet in the Oh So Sharp. Star Music third, then Chic Columbine.
A very eventful Oh So.
Race is interesting. Skellet is one I think that is well bred. I think I've got that on a maybe list still. Have I? No, I haven't. I was thinking of Shalaka and Macduff, the two I was thinking of. So, green as grass there, I think, Dance Sequence. And I'll take a closer look at Skellet in a later day, I'm sure. But to me, it was only the greenness that stopped her going past. If she'd have managed to sustain her run, I think the jockey rode her well, covered her up well, and smothered her into the race. And once I thought she was by far and away the best in that race, and she only won by a neck. Is what I'm saying. And when I've got a line like this that I've followed over a period of decades, how can I not think that this could develop into some sort of classic horse? I think if people watch that race, they'll definitely think the horse will get further. You've seen that there's Fillies Mile winners and Oaks winners in the pedigree. And why would this not be a classic horse? But time will tell whether she is. I think it's an intriguing prospect, this, especially in a wet spring. If it was to be soft at Newmarket on Guineas Sunday, wow. What could we have here then? And again, for the Oaks, very nice horse, Dance Sequence. It'd be interesting to see where she stacks in the Godolphin fillies lists as they come through. Got another couple that I think one was a filly. Not sure. I'm not with many Godolphin horses this year. They were poor last year. They'll have to do well in the trials. But this one here did. It did win a Group 3, so we will chance Dance Sequence, I think. at this stage. Right, I'll wrap this video up now. What I will do is at the end of the video, I'll leave everybody an opportunity to subscribe to the channel if they wish to, so they don't miss any more of these horses. And if they don't want to subscribe, they can just check the channel whenever they want and watch them all, binge watch them. I don't mind. Do whatever you want. But and also I will put up a list of the 2-year-old playlist as well, so they can look at every single playlist that has looked at 2-year-old racing in Europe and maybe America in 2023. But for now, I'll leave this video here. Thank you very much, everybody. I think we've got an interesting one here. You know, sometimes I get good feelings about these horses based on what they've done in history, you know, and I've got a good feeling about this one. You know, I think it could do the job and win a classic. I really don't know why I think that. It's just based on others, and I've got a good feeling about it. So let's see how it goes down the sequence, I think. I'll leave the video for that. Take care, everybody, and look after yourselves. Goodbye.